Good morning everybody, welcome to a brand new video. As you can see, we're at sunny Culmhead, like we normally do. It's just a really, I thought I'd just give you an update on what's been going on over the past several months. The last video we did was not too great. It was a bit windy, rainy. So I thought, it's a nice sunny hot day, we'll get up here, we will do some video and give people the chance that have just joined to see what culmhead is all about. So what's been going on? Well, we found another site. Well, I didn't, Roger did. He pointed out to me and he said, look, do you know about this other site? And I'm like, no, I know it was there, but I couldn't give an exact location. So I thought, right, Roger pointed out to me, David Strickland pointed out to me, and we went up there. The good thing is it's actually on a woodland, but the problem is that brambles, twigs, sometimes it's very hard to get to. So we went up there. I did a video which hopefully be going out pretty soon. And there's a couple shelters that we can't get to because it's flooded, and we don't want to risk being at toxic or nasty stuff. Yeah, so what else do we find? So we found some shelters. We found like an old, it looks like a bathtub. David might correct me. And we found some other bits. So it's up the top of Boy Corf. So whoever lives in Taunton or Wellington, you might know where it's to. You got the top of Corf. I will put a map link to this video, and yeah, so that's been going on. I've had a couple crash sites that I've had to investigate, which I'll tell you more about as we go around. And we're gonna get the drone up, because the last drone shot we did, it wasn't very good weather. It was a bit windy, so I thought, yet again, nice and sunny day, but I'm gonna get up to culmhead and get some very good footage. So again, I've been given permission by the owner, which is brilliant. He's it's all about trust, that he can trust us, that we won't wreck any buildings. Drone footage, I've got my license, so it's I've checked with the aerospace, make sure there's nothing that's flying, because if there's we're down the road from Dung as well, so if there is a plane that's coming into land and we've got the drone up, we've got to land it. So we're going to go around. I'm going to show you a few buildings that you've probably seen before, and yeah, we're not going to take you around to the watchtower because you've probably seen that like 1,000 times. So we're just going to go halfway around, and then we're going to come back this way. We're going to then send the drone up, because there's one piece over there that somebody did pick up on with a drone, which he never had permission, and I just want to go over there and just have a quick snifty peek. So we're going to hop over the gates as usual, because there's several gates up here, and then we'll see you on the other side. So catch you in a minute. So we've just come from over there, hopped over the gate. I hate these gates, but I suppose if you've got cattle around this sort of area, you don't want them wandering off into the road. So the owner has done a really good job in keeping the gates locked. It's beautiful up here. This is why I love to film footage up here around about this sort of time of year, because it's lovely and beautiful. Yes, I'm wearing, as you can see, that was brought to me by Phil, so thanks very much, Phil, for buying that. We're looking into maybe getting some badges done, hopefully in the new year. So the other thing that I've mentioned is that we've been investigating a few crashes. Now, one crash that really inspired me was a pilot called William James Atkinson. He was part of 313 Squadron. He was Australian, and he was out one time on a sortie over in France, and they were supposed to attack a train with a gun on the back, and he peeled off after attacking this train. We're not too sure why he peeled off, whether he got hit by flak. We're not too really sure. That's what that was basically said in the ORB, which is the Operations Record Books. If you know the squadron, you can go to the National Archives and get the ORBs. That's where I really get my research to, in the National Archives. And they tried to raise him over the radio, and unfortunately he didn't respond, so they assumed that he was hit by the flak and he crashed near some harbour in France. And yeah, and then back in 1988, this fishing trawler was catching some fish, whatever they do over in France, and they happened to come across this wing. So when I heard about this, I thought, oh, could this be William James Atkinson's wing? So this fishing trawler pulled it back to the harbour. The French Ministry of Defence got involved. They took it away, which, yes, it's in French waters, I understand that, and the same would happen with us. We would take it away if a French plane was found, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so, they took it away. They then looked at the plaque number, matched it against records, and found it was William James Atkinson's wing. There were bullets still in the gun. They gave it to, not gave it to, but they let the museum to look at it. They polished it up, and yeah, so that was actually quite shocked. And so I thought, right, I'm going to contact the owner of this museum that polishes it up. It's alright, it's an alarm going off because it's, we're solar panels. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, bloody hell. Sun is getting to me already. Yeah, so I contacted several people and said, look, I know this is William James Atkinson's wing. Do you know where it's to? And they, after several days, they're going back forward, translating it from English to French. They said, yeah, it's here. Can I ask what your involvement is? So I turned to them and they went, tell you what, if you send us William James Atkinson's service record, we will put a link to your Facebook group in our newsletter. So hopefully that will be coming out sometime late this year. I will yet again put a picture of up on the on this video of the wing. The website you can go on, but it's all in French. I've tried to trace some relatives, but unfortunately that's drawn a blank. So there's not a lot you can do with a crash like that. You've got to read on what eyewitness reports say, that he peeled off. A couple of other planes that were, I think there's 3 or 4 others that were with him at the time. They got hit, but they managed to make it back to culmhead. And that's when they knew, unfortunately, he was killed. His service record was spot on. Yeah, so we are heading down there. We're gonna have a look at a few more buildings, and then yeah, we'll see you in a minute. So managed to get to where we wanted to go. So as you can see behind me, you know, just there, it's a blister hanger. Oh, we've got planes going overhead, so we've got to be careful of that. Now, every video that I've recorded, I've always said, look, I'm afraid we can't film that because it's still owned by the Ministry of Defence. There's a certain company we need to get permission from to film around here, because if the Ministry of Defence is still testing, we're not allowed to film it. We're not allowed to even send the drone up. So we've been given permission to film it because it's peaceful. So we're going to go and have a look at that. As you probably see behind me, we've got a building. Yay! One thing I forgot to mention, and you'll have to excuse me, forgot to mention it, is that there was a gentleman called James. He contacted me and he said, you do realise that culmhead was actually they filmed some footage of culmhead? And I went, yeah, it's in a film called Flemish Farm, which you can actually get on YouTube. And he went, no. He said, when the Czechs were up here, they were granted access to film up there. And I thought, oh, this is the footage that we've always wanted to see. So he gave me this YouTube website, and it's called The Czechs in RAF, and it's in colour, and it's like 3 parts. And the problem is it was filmed in Exeter, it was filmed in Harrowbeer, and it was filmed in culmhead or Church Stanton. The problem is the film is so distort, you can't tell unless you are very, very good on what's Harrowbeer, what's Exeter, and what's culmhead. So the amount of times I've been through the footage over and over and over and again, and we still can't make it out. So again, I'll drop the link in to the video. It's free. You can go on YouTube and look it up and see what you think, because there could be people on the page that have seen the footage and gone, yeah, that's culmhead, or yeah, I recognise that building. So yeah, if we can pinpoint or point out, as you can see, yeah, again, I gotta go over a gate. I hate fucking gates, I will say that. If you can point out any buildings that might give a location on where they're to, then we can literally come up here again, film a segment and go, a piece of footage was filmed here, and then we can create a 3-dimensional building or a model if the building's not there. So that's the one thing that we want to try and do this year, is create some sort of model building where if we were to say, right, you know, as you can see behind me, we've got dispersal pen, we want to create a 3D animation on what it used to look like, and it's going to cost money, but that's something we can look into the end of the year. So we're going to go over to there, have a look. We are going to, yeah, again, if I spin the camera around, sorry if I'm making people sick, over there and have a look at the quarters. We're going to go in there, have a look. Yeah, again, I'm not going to take you really all the way up to the watchtower, because you've probably seen it 1,000 times. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head back, get the drone, because I think really this is where I want to set the drone up, because there's something over there. We want to have a good aerial footage of that, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side of the gate. Right, so climb the gate again. I'm always going to whinge about these gates, but you know, owners, you know. Right, so we are heading over to there and have a look. You see we've got dispersal pen there. We got one over there, and yeah, but you can just imagine if you just sit here and just close your eyes and think, do you know what, I want to go back to 1942, 43 and just see what it was like, and just think, you know, with this weather in those days, pilots must have just been sat out reading a newspaper, comic book, magazine, and it was lovely. This is why I want to try and get as much old footage as possible, because then we can look into the research and go, right, this is what it was like. Was it that deserted that often? So yeah, so as you can see, that is the blister hanger there. We've got an old trailer. I'm not going to climb the gate because I don't want to you know, trespass. It's we've been given permission to film there, but this is as far as we're gonna sort of go. Yeah, we're gonna have a look around there, have a look around the back tracks, and hopefully come around there, because I know Phil did miss one of the buildings when we were up here last year, and he looked back on the footage and went, well, I never saw that. So Phil, this is for you. Yeah, so oh god, it's just, I'm hot already, and people go, oh, why are you wearing all that blooming jacket? Because I feel that it's promoting the Facebook group. So we're going to go around here and have a look. Oh no, not another gate. I can't be bothered with all this. But hey, yeah, we're going to go around the back. So let's see what's around here. Oh, see, new things. I ain't even spotted this frigging gate. Let's have a look, see what it says. See, yeah, see, that's what it says. It says test vehicles in operation in this area. So yeah, again, I'm not gonna go over this gate because I don't want to risk trespassing on government property, even though we've been given access. Yeah, so we're going to go around this bit and have a look. Oops. Oh, it's nice to get into the shade. Dear. Yeah, so we've had a few brand new people join, which is lovely. You know, 186 members, that is brilliant, compared to we started off with 6 during COVID. We went up, a few people joined because, you know, during COVID you've got nothing else to do, so I thought, right, we're gonna do some learning. I don't know what that is. That's one thing. Could be something to do with sewage. Speaking of sewage, there's one place I am going to take you, and you've probably seen it on the drone footage, is sewage works. That's way over there, but I'm going to take you towards it. I'm going to do it, I've sort of, you know, I'm going to do a complete full lap of the culmhead, so I'm halfway here. Going back to the National Archives, see, yeah, so we got another dispersal pen there. I'll show you. Yeah. National Archives, yeah. So, just before Christmas, I went down to the National Archives Records Office in Taunton, looked at some old pictures of culmhead. Let's see, there you got another one. There, see. I'm blabbering on again, so excuse me. Yeah, so looked at some old pictures of culmhead that were taken, I reckon, 92, 93. All the buildings were literally standing. They were perfect condition. So I thought, right, I could do with all this, part of my research. So I asked them for permission to copy them. Yet again, you've got to get, if you want copies, you have to pay for them, which set me back, I think it was £37.50, but there was 6 folders of photographs, and each folder containing 25 to 30 photographs. So I thought, right, pay for it, not a problem. I'm, you know, to do with culmhead, I'll pay any sort of amount. Yeah, right. That's the building that Phil wanted to see. So, yeah, again, hey, right. Blabbering on again, it's this heat. So, I paid for it. They sent it to me via Google Drive. And I said to them, I said, right, I said, so I run a research group. It's legit. I want to put these photographs on there. So they went, yeah, by all means. But here comes the but part. You have to pay for a copyright license. I'm like, right, so how much is this going to cost? Here's the crunch. The woman that I spoke to said £10. So I thought, ooh, easy. Ha. £10 per photograph. And I'm like, there's 250 photographs. That's, you can probably hear a plane. So I thought, right, do you not know? I'm not going to pay £2.5 grand or thousands of pounds just to put a load of photographs on the Facebook group. So unfortunately, I've put 2 or 3 on there, which I'm risking it. But unfortunately, I cannot put on the whole lot, because if the person that took the photographs found out, the account could be banned due to copyright licenses. Now, I know what people might say, well, you know, it's stupid and all that. Yeah, I totally understand. But unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So, yeah, so that's that. Well, right. So, sorry about that. I had to change the battery because it's drained, and plus the GoPro's hot. So, we're going to have a look in there. Yep. So let's go around and have a look. Oh, door. Right. Oh, yeah. I can remember coming in here last year or the year before when we did some filming in here, but I didn't really spend that much of a time in here. I guess this used to be for cattle, sheep, pigs. One thing I always look for, and it's an obsession with me, and that is writing on any walls, even if it's pencil, because then that will really help it a lot. Yeah, so let's just go and have a look around. I don't want to step in anywhere where I guess they're original. They definitely are original windows. Now, rope. Yep, cool, look at that. This has been touched by a pilot, probably. So I'm touching a light switch, it's got been touched by a pilot. Cool. Yeah, there's not much to see. It's just, I always I like it up here because, you know, I can still come here 10-15 times a year. Never gets boring. It always especially when it's like this, it's lovely. It's really, really lovely up here. So I'm going to go and take some photographs to go onto the page, and we will head into that one, which is behind me, and yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Right, so we're in that building that I just pointed out to you, so we're going to go and have a look. Yeah, the roof is not good, I'm afraid, but hey, I managed to get the light switched on. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that these buildings can't really survive, but unfortunately, yeah, you know, there is one building which is over there. Unfortunately, due to the coldness, the dampness, the snow that we had and that frost, unfortunately one of the walls came down, and it's just like, it's, you know, I know I don't believe in tearing buildings down, but they might as well just tear it down, because you're not going to survive probably another winter. So, you know, yeah, I'm against it. I don't like these World War II buildings being torn down, but there's not a lot I can do. So yeah, I've taken some pictures in here. If you do ever come up here and you've gained permission from the landowner, just watch yourself. I wouldn't come in here with shorts on, because yeah, there's a lot of, oh god, ow, sorry, that actually, I just cut myself on a bramble. That's the problem. Oh god, that really hurt. Ouch. Yeah, so we've been in there. That really did hurt. We've got another dispersal pen there. Now somewhere over there, as I said to you at the beginning, somebody come up here one day a few years ago, took some drone footage without permission. With me, I'm a drone pilot. I've got my license, so I'm allowed to fly the drone with owner's permission. They didn't. So, but I managed to look at their footage, and I think it's on YouTube. There's a tower. We're not too sure what it is. You know, I've looked on the airfield plans of during the war, and it's not there. It's somewhere over the back. You've got the landowner's house there, which I'm not going to film. I'm not going to go nowhere near it, because that is his private property. So we're not going to go anywhere near there. Yeah, we're going to do a full circle, might as well, because I'm halfway round. Oh God. The hardest thing is I'm carrying so much equipment. I've got my GoPro, I've got my phone, I've got my big camera. Normally I've got Phil to help me carry a lot of equipment. So yeah, I'm not going to film the owner's house. So we've got just around there to go. And I'm not too sure if you can see over there somewhere, that's the watchtower. Yeah, so I think next stop would be I'm not going to show you the officers' quarters because, yeah, again, it's something that you've seen several times. I think I'm going to go down to the sewage works just to have a look, because when we flew the drone there was a building and I really want to get there and have a look. If we can't get there, you know, it's just something that we might have to do on a different day. Yeah, so this is just lovely, and this is Tricky Warren Lane. You can see. If there's anything, sorry, I had to switch to my big camera because my GoPro battery ran out. What was I saying? Yeah, take two. Snap. Yeah, if there's anything that people want to see more of, including more videos that we can do up here, or more, you know, pictures of buildings, you know, feel free to drop me a PM, you know, or a DM, what do they call it, and then I can look into it. There was one thing that I did want to do this year, so I want to sort of, I would say, documentary style video, and that's the reason why I wanted to get this footage from on YouTube to clear it up, so then we can put that in the video and go, right, this is culmhead on this sort of year, this is when the checks were up here, and you know, go from there and get some old aerial photographs of what culmhead used to look like during the war, which is easy. That's the easy part. So yeah, if any ideas, please just, you know, drop us a line. Right, so after all that, I am absolutely knackered, but you know, this is what I like. So remember I said that some of the buildings, or a building, had literally decided to give it the ghost and fall down, and not fall down, but the walls had collapsed. It'd be that one. When we filmed here, must have been a year, 2 years ago, during the summer months, the wall was literally intact. It was perfect, but now, unfortunately, it's decided to give up the ghost and fall down. So I will show you what it was like, and it's that. That's what cold weather does to all these ancient buildings. It wasn't a farmer, so you know, we can't blame the farmer. It was literally coldness, dampness, the snow, or it could be the heat. We don't know. Decided to go, right, I'm going to collapse. So I've got to be careful where I stand, because I don't want to hurt myself, because there's barbed wire. So our next stop will be the sewage works, if we can get to it. We don't know, something might be in the way. So that's right, I'm not ignoring anybody. I have to be careful where I put me footing, because barbed wire. Whoops, oh heck. Right, as you can see, there's another piece of yeah, I think I've come in the wrong way, so I'm gonna have to go back out. So yeah, I will see you by the sewage works. Right, we've got a bit of a problem. You might be able to see them. Or is it there? Yep, there. Yep. Cattle. I'm not, they're free roaming, so I'm not going to go past this point now, so I do not want them charging at me and me running like a complete, you know, prune. So the sewage works are going to have to wait, unfortunately, till a later video, because yeah, I'm not gonna go any further past this point. I'm gonna let the cattle do what they got to do. If they were in the other field, I would have proudly, you know, gone past, but unfortunately the cattle, I might be able to get a clear shot of the cattle. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to head back now, pick up the drone, go and do another half lap. I'm not going to do the drone shot from here because it's already on the group, and then, you know, that's it, unfortunately, until our next video. It might be, I think if the weather keeps on like this, then you know, we're going to keep coming up here, and then we can perhaps get with the sewage works as well. I'm just going to make sure that they're not chasing after me and me running like a prune. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone who joins the Facebook group. It does mean a lot, you know, 186 members. To me, it's something that I've worked really hard for in the past few years to get this research going. It may never stop. The research may never stop. Yes, it's going to come to an end one day when we're going to come to a dead end and we can't go any further. But, you know, like I said at the beginning, or when we're halfway around, with the old pictures that we've obtained from the Somerset Record Office, what Phil's doing is he's gonna, and it's gonna take quite some time, he's gonna try and pinpoint somehow accuracy on where these buildings were to. But yeah, I'm going to the end now, so I'm gonna walk around and grab the drone, get that done, and hopefully this footage will come out in the next few months. But it's lovely up here. But yeah, big thank you to everybody, and also a big thank you to Phil, who's doing the hardest part. I've got the easy part, and if we do get mentioned in that French newsletter, I will pin up on the, you know, Facebook group. So, you know, thank you to everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.